Hello everyone, how you doing? Welcome to today's podcast session. This is your boy Dadbod, and I'm here today with none other than Smiles Are Critical.
Hello everyone, yeah, it's been a while.
It certainly has been a minute, it really has, and it's our fault for that reason. We've both been really busy together, but we've also been really busy individually as well, both with our own reasons as well.
Yeah, it's life, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. When you're trying to start a business and when you're trying to start an esports gaming industry, you tend to get separated, but you're still just as busy.
Yeah, I think that's just the nature of, our lives. So the jobs and stuff.
Especially when we're this early as well, yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, you've got some points as well to talk about today, haven't you?
Yeah, sure. How do you want to do this? Do you want to just what's happened? Do you want to discuss what's recently happened?
Yeah, discuss what's recently happened.
Do you want to start that one, or do you want me to?
Well, you've got more experience with actually talking about the business side. What you've been working on?
So myself personally, again, you've seen my Instagram, you've seen all the clips. I've been constantly, I'm stuttering here. I've been constantly emailing investors, angel investors. I've recently been emailing some celebrities. I'm not going to mention any names as of yet. I don't want to bring them into this, especially if they don't want to get involved. If they do get involved and they get involved, we will let you know because it'll be a huge announcement, I'm sure. But I recently had an interview with a gaming industry investors who were very much interested. Now, last Friday, I released a clip, a one-on-one clip, and I went briefly over that. Again, I'm not going to mention their name, not going to bring them into dispute, we're not going to discuss the finances. Most of you already know the facts, but the fact is that they wanted Swindonsteam to move down to London, they wanted the majority share, and they wanted to completely rebrand it. They loved everything that we were offering, but they just weren't interested in the location. So for that reason, we had to decline. That's not a bad thing. This is actually quite positive. It just means that there are people out there who are interested in what we have to sell. It's just we're going to be waiting for the right time when someone's interested in not just what we have, but where we have as well.
Yeah, I mean, can't say it as clear as that.
No, I mean
it shows they're interested.
Absolutely. I mean, it was a great day. I was there for about 3-4 hours altogether. It was myself and it was 4 members over from the investors. I nearly said the name. That's going to be tricky. I do apologise. If I do say it, we're going to have to blank it out or mute it out. It was a great day. I was there for about 4 hours altogether. It was like the initial meetings. They were going through the due process. And then it was a nice meal afterwards and then settled down with the drinks and then went back to business again. Everything was going absolutely great. They liked what I was selling. They liked what my ideas were, the plans, not just for the immediate future, but what we had going for 5 and 10 years' time. Unfortunately, they weren't interested in the location, so that's why we didn't have better news.
Yeah, because that was the whole reason, well, you started this, wasn't it, to have it in Swindon and actually be a team to challenge London.
Absolutely.
Challenge like other countries' teams, and represent a city within the UK that isn't London.
Absolutely. There's so many professional teams in London that we do want to compete with. We want to be the biggest professional team outside of London to give them a run for their money. Now, there's loads of amateur and semi-professional teams that I know we can compete and play against and beat the very best of those leagues, but we want to give London a run for their money as well.
Yeah, and that expands to other locations, right? When we hopefully finally make a name for ourselves. But yeah, well, what's your other point you got there?
We were going to talk about how we survived the Great Flooding. So yesterday was the first time myself and Smiles Are Critical here have met up in quite a few weeks.
Yeah, nearly a month.
Shit, has it really been that long?
Yeah, it has really. Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, it's the first time.
Last time I saw you, we did our first and second podcast.
Yeah, we did the first 2 podcasts, and they've done amazingly well on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, on this channel.
Yeah.
So we can't thank you enough. We seriously, from the bottom of our hearts. Again, we just sing your praises, and we'll continue to sing your praises because without you, we wouldn't be able to show the investors and the benefactors that people are interested in what we have and what we want to produce. So again, thank you. But as I was saying, me and Smiles are critical. We met up yesterday for the first time in a month then, which was great. It was genuinely good to see his face, and I told him that yesterday. I don't care how romantic it sounds. And we were discussing everything because a lot has happened in the last month as well. And then the heavens opened and poured. And you saw if you haven't seen my Instagram video, I suggest you watch it. I'm in work, I'm in my army uniform, and Smiles is in his day-to-day clothing. And the building we are in starts flooding. Oh, yeah, it really started to flood.
Did. I mean, it flooded literally outside. Like, it caused a swimming pool.
It really did.
You had one of our colleagues fighting off the water
with a bucket like a sinking ship.
Yeah, that's good.
But that's really what it felt like. The water was coming up to the sides of it was going over the curbs. It was filling up the drain pipes. It was eventful yesterday.
It even got dangerous at one point.
It really felt like that. Yeah, we had to call the engineers out because all the water was coming in through the lighting. I'm really selling the army here. Yeah. But the water was coming through the ceiling, it was coming through the lighting, it was dropping onto the main electrical circuit boards. I've been in the army over 10 years now, but even I was scared to touch that. So I rang an engineer because, they're trained. I'm not.
They're paid for that.
I'm just here to look pretty, stay pretty as long as possible.
I mean, yeah, but it happens, doesn't it? I mean, it did rain really hard.
Oh, it really came down.
It really did. It's probably the first time in a while that's happened. Sorry, I'm yawning. My neighbour kept me up with his music early hours in the morning.
Yeah?
Yeah, genuinely.
Do you want to say his name so we can get a load of hate for him on YouTube?
No, I don't. No.
No, we don't do that.
No.
It's one of those days.
Yeah.
I think the problem is me and Smiles haven't seen each other in so long, so our inner personalities come out a bit too much.
Yeah, but that just means we're just being ourselves.
Oh, exactly.
So I said I'm always going to be myself. Whether everyone's against me, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm going to be myself.
Everyone's been seeing what I've been up to, but you're quite quiet on the social media platforms from what I can, especially your Instagram, not so much your YouTube.
I've always been very quiet.
But as I said in the YouTube video last Friday, that you were playing Ghost of Tsushima. There's a reason you're already laughing. I'll let you take your sip of your cup of tea. But would you like to explain, not explain, but give your opinions, because your YouTube video, your little rant.
Oh no, it was more of I am being honest here, it was a comedic thing at the time. It was comedic to me. I found it amusing. My missus found it amusing in the background listening.
I was laughing.
Like, she was giggling. If you can't hear it in the video, she was giggling. And because I wasn't being like total serious about it, but I thought it would be quite amusing for me just to have that moment. The game,
get it off your chest.
The game, I found it very good. The game I found was very, very good. It has got a few things I'd like to change and a few things which did irritate me, but I enjoyed it all in all. It was really, really good. But I can't, obviously, I can't give, just because I love the game, I can't give it a 10 out of 10.
No.
Because you got to be just honest about it. And I did like the game. Oh yeah, as far as the video goes, that was more of a comedic thing. I mean, I find it more amusing that it has more dislikes.
It's done quite well on our YouTube video, on our YouTube channel. I think it's our second highest viewed channel, so you really struck a nerve with some people. Let's say they do
I've always been a shit starter though. So.
Let's just say they do a Ghost of Tsushima. Am I even saying that right? Let's say they do a GOT 2.
No.
And you're involved. that sounds brilliant. And you're involved in the development. You said you'd make some changes. What would you change, or is it the gameplay, the styles, the script?
No.
The culture of who wrote it.
so you had to that one. No. If you actually see the credits at the end of the game, there are loads of people you can tell they're from different cultures. So quickly, that's out the question. Like, that's already happened. They don't need to go on about that and harp on about that. Right. So straight back onto it. I really like the mythical tales.
Yes.
I would love to incorporate a bit more mythology. That's personally me. That would have hooked me. Like, that would have been my game of the year then.
Yeah.
That would have easily been.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like add a bit of more mythology. The mythic tales are really good. They're amazing. I loved them.
Yes.
And the stuff they said about the Mongols was, I think, by my knowledge, roughly true. They did give you a chance to surrender. And if you surrendered, that was it. That was, okay, you surrendered. They were brutal and ruthless, but once you surrendered, you surrendered. They weren't going to punish you anymore, because what was the point? They did have a slight degree in honour. Not to the degree of a Japanese samurai, but they had honour.
Yeah.
There won't be any spoilers for the game.
No. You touch on the mongrels.
Mongols.
Yeah, that's really going to go down well.
Yeah.
So they talk about Genghis Khan then and his invasion.
It wasn't Genghis, it was Khotan. Khotan is the fictional cousin of Kublai, because Kublai was the Khan at that time period. He was invading Japan to sort of flex his muscle to the Western Khans, because they didn't think he was legitimate.
Yeah.
So he sort of flexed his muscles to show that I am the Khan.
Me personally, I think I'd like a story, a gameplay of that, what you just mentioned. But the open world in side quests, so you can just...
Oh no, Ghost of Tsushima is open world side quests. But I just felt some of the side quests were repetitive.
Nah.
It was like sneak into this camp and do this, kill a load of Mongols. Okay, I'll do that every time.
Yes.
And then it's like, get this item. Okay, I've done it. Someone's been murdered. Hunt down who did it. And it's like, oh.
You see, that's my... I wasn't going to bring it up, but go on and touch it. But that's how I feel about the previous Halo games.
All right.
Now, Halo for me growing up was fantastic. It was a game unlike other. Being a sci-fi fan, I absolutely loved it. I loved the lore. I loved the books, the novels, all things Halo canon. But the game inside of it, after a few hours, it becomes quite repetitive. Yeah. And unfortunately, that's a problem that most games nowadays suffer with.
Yeah, because it's difficult to it's difficult to overcome what I'm trying to say, it's difficult to overcome a sort of not style. How? Oh, get rid of this. It's difficult to overcome a bar you've already made.
Yeah. See, for me, one of the best games that really didn't struggle with repetitiveness was the Uncharted series for PlayStation.
Only ever played Uncharted 2.
That's a great one. That's a really great one. Now, I've played I played the 4 main ones, and I know my wife played the side one as well, the side quest one.
I'm just saying, if I remember correctly, the second one is where it's got the Yetis, isn't it?
Yeah, so you go to Shangri-La. Now, it also had great storylines as well, which really helps.
Yeah.
But it didn't suffer with repetitiveness, and for me, that was one of the last games that really didn't struggle with repetitiveness.
Yeah.
Even God of War 4. God of War 4 had its moments of repetitiveness.
Did you play that one?
Yes.
You played?
Yes. And the name of the Kratos' son's real name shocked me at the end.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I wasn't expecting that. Or am I going to give spoilers away?
No,
I'm not giving spoilers away. We're spoiler-free this episode.
No, you can tell me after.
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't decided. I might just ruin it for everyone.
No. But no, all in all, back on Ghost of Tsushima, love the game, love the style. It's a beautiful game.
It is
beautiful. My jaw dropped. I was like, this was definitely worth the time I waited for it. The duels and the sequences, beautiful. Storyline, I thought was pretty good. But I just wish that you could have actually chose to be a ghost or a samurai. It sort of forced you to go one route. It forced you to be the ghost.
Yeah, because before it came out, I know you said you were going to have those options and you were looking forward to that.
Yeah, but it turns out there wasn't like much of that. So I was a bit disappointed there. But then I sort of just went with it and thought... I ended up being a sort of ghost who would happily walk in the open and just be like, fight me.
Yeah. Be that tank.
Yeah, sometimes I would go off and do all the assassinations and do all the sneaking, and I found the stealth very difficult. Yeah. I don't know why, I just did. I always got caught. And as soon as I got caught, I was just like, fuck it, I don't care, come here.
Well, exactly. The whole plan, you have a plan, you set out to do the plan. The plan goes tits up, so you just leave the plan and you go balls deep.
Yeah, basically, that's what I did.
Yeah.
But, well, I guess that's it about Ghost of Tsushima. But yeah, that rant, quote unquote, was quite funny.
So I haven't played the game, so I can't give my opinions. It looks like a beautiful game.
It is.
Smiles played it, he's gave his opinions, but I'd actually be very curious to know what's your opinions about it. So if you write in the comments below, what did you like about it? Have you even played it? Did you not like it? Or what would you change about it as well? If you were to play, got to.
No, Ghost of Tsushima.
But yeah, I'm very curious to know what's your opinions, and as we mentioned earlier, repetitiveness. What games do you find that are repetitive, and what games do you not find repetitive? I'm just very curious to know what your opinions are, and if you just put that in the comments below, that would certainly help us as well. So thank you.
Yeah. Now you're gonna get a comment saying about how you say Ghost of Tsushima got to. Like,
I'm gonna get got to trending.
Oh no, you're not. I mean, what you mean, like you did with the microwave, like the water?
That actually
that triggered a lot of people.
Yeah, that was really strange, wasn't it? I triggered a lot of people recently this year. I triggered people with doing my cup of tea, the American way, and then there was putting the raw egg inside the Kinder Egg. That was done earlier this year, and that got over 1 million views, and that got a lot of hate mail. That really got a lot of hate.
Did it?
Oh yeah, I got death threats. I just took in stride and just gave him the thumbs up emoji. And I was like,
oh yeah, that's what one of our mutual friends does when he drives. Instead of sticks his middle finger up, he just goes, "Thank you, yeah, thank you."
And then I hit the like button as well, just to see that, just so they know I've read it. And I've read it, I've acknowledged it, and here you go.
I think because we have quite sick humour, we sort of all laugh at that.
Yeah, we will.
And be like, more than likely, a guy in a basement has just threatened to kill you.
But the thing is, though, he doesn't know that if you're in the army, then you've pretty much been breastfed by your dad. So you're not all there in the head anyway.
Yeah.
And obviously these people don't realise.
I mean, we're not like the badass ninja types. We're just ordinary guys. But they were still very funny.
Oh yeah.
When you receive stuff like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and it gives me time to shine, to come to full. No longer dad, but I'm Nathan. That arm. Sorry, apologies for swearing. I'm that army.
Yeah.
who loves to play. Yeah.
Well, it's just it's you just being you. So
unfortunately for them.
Yeah. I mean, you've heard me when I'm proper comfortable. I'm deadly honest. Like deadly honest. I reckon I could make someone cry. Not intentional, but I could make them
someone cry because I made a bulimia joke.
A what joke?
A bulimia joke.
What's that?
Bulimic, where you throw up after your meal.
You actually did it?
Oh, I didn't know, but it was at a wedding as well.
Oh no!
And they were refusing to eat the food or cake. I was like, I wish I was as skinny as you. I just have to go to the toilet and throw up afterwards.
Oh.
This was a different time. This was about 7 years ago. This was early 2010s. It was okay to South Park was still cool and Family Guy, and you could get away with saying such things.
But people do it nowadays just because you can't.
Yeah, the whole cancel culture and the whole shock culture.
Oh no, I like triggering the cancel culture though. That's fun because they get so angry about it. I think a lot of people who watched the Ghost of Tsushima rant were part of that culture.
I like to do it just to see people's reactions.
No, but because
and unless they make a logical based decision, I'm still going to just say something on purpose just to trigger you.
Oh, we sound like biggest.
My wife knows that more than anyone.
We sound like the biggest dicks ever.
Yeah, we have promised these people we're nice people, aren't we?
Yeah, we did.
That's probably why the investors have all said no so far.
About a month ago, we did.
Yeah. Well, now you've heard it now. We're not nice people.
We've just been ourselves. I've had lack of sleep.
I'm at work.
You're at work, so
I'm grumpy. I'm married with 4 kids. Of course, I'm always grumpy. I love my kids.
Okay. Well,
Is there something in this coffee that we don't know about?
I don't know. I have this tea all the time. So anyway, so your next point.
Yeah, I've got a few things to discuss.
We've really digressed.
Yeah, the esports world the last few days, weeks has been absolutely crazy, and we're going to start our first subject with Rocket League. Of all the sports to play, if esports wasn't laughed enough, we're going to talk about Rocket League.
I haven't had much to do with Rocket League, so I can't. Really. Yeah.
Rocket League for me isn't a great game. However, when I play it at home, because my kids have it, it's so addictive, and therein lies the problem. Now, it's not heroin addiction, but it's addiction. It's like Fortnite when it came out 2.5 years ago. You couldn't help, because there's always a chance to improve your playing skills as well.
Yeah.
It's football with monster trucks.
Ooh.
It's fantastic. Although I've already contradicted myself in the last 2 minutes just then.
Next, you said you didn't like it.
I don't, but it's quite addictive to play.
So it's a bit like with some people Minecraft. They don't like it, but then once they start building something for the sake of it, then they just can't stop building.
See, I played Minecraft actually earlier this month with two of my kids, two of my boys, and it was actually really fun up until I died, and then I lost all my stuff, and I was like, you know what, this is 2.5 hours wasted. I didn't even save it once. I made a rookie mistake, and I'm no longer playing it.
So you didn't sleep in that bed? You didn't sleep in the bed to set a checkpoint?
I know, I had it on difficulty. Oh yeah, I did sleep in the bed.
Oh no, you had it on hardcore?
Yeah, because...
That was your first mistake.
Well, no, because you don't want to play a game when it's just on level easy like my 5-year-old. It's pointless.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. But yeah, Rocket League. This is really something I really did not think I was going to say this. When we were discussing our podcast yesterday, this is something that never, ever once went across my mind until I read it this morning. It's like, this has to be discussed. So Rocket League has a new team called Guild Esports. And the Guild Esports are, again, another professional esports league that just happened to be based in London yet again. More of a reason for Swindonsteam not to move to London. But this is co-owned by none other than David Beckham, the previous Manchester United or England's legend superstar, and just all-round great guy, great-looking guy, just a good bloke. Has had an amazing history with football, to charity, to the contributions that he's made to the.
I'm still shocked that he's back from America.
Yeah, to the soccer leagues. To the soccer leagues over in America.
Yes.
I mean, he probably just spending most of his time.
Because when I spent a lot of time in America, the East Coast, you'd see, I'm going to say, football games.
American football.
No.
Say it.
No.
Say soccer.
No, not happening. I refuse to, even with my friends out there. I was like, no, I'm not saying it. I ain't saying it. But yeah.
See, I don't. When I talk to my American friends, because I come from British American football history, and I always say American football or European football. I don't say soccer.
Yeah, I mean, just that word.
Soccer.
No.
The accent. We need to stop digressing.
Right. So yeah, as I'm saying, I'm surprised he's back from America. There you go.
Now, I'm not too sure if he's going to be here all the time. I mean, he's co-owner. We know how much ownership he's going to have, but how much involvement is he going to have? Now, I'm sure the main owner of Guild Esports is going to be a lot more hands-on, in the face of the camera and everything. And I'm sure David Beckham, as great as the guy he is, he probably doesn't have that much knowledge in esports. He does in business, but not in esports. So I'm sure he's going to be behind the scenes kind of co-owner. But they've recently made some really good tactical player decisions. I mean, they've got a Scottish lad, 17-year-old Scrub Killer. Now, Scrub Killer is absolutely amazing. We've talked about him before in the Rocket League discussions. He's one of the best players in all of Europe. He's been playing pro since he was 12 years old. He got his first contract when he was 15. And so this kid's 17 years old. He's got a bright future. He's still got another 10, 12, 13 years as a professional esports player.
Or longer. Never know.
Longer, yeah. I mean, this kid is going to go places. And he may become our competition in the future, but right now,
Hopefully
again, with absolutely everyone, including Ninja, I wish them all well.
Yeah, especially with what's happened with, well, old news, but what happened with Mixer and Facebook Gaming and all those. So
yeah, well, we're going to talk about Facebook Gaming later, actually.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I didn't even know this.
No, but also Rocket League is going to be starting this year. They're going to be starting their Rocket League Champion Series, or more shorter acronym is RLCS. Now that's going to be a year-round Champion League, so that's going to be Pro League, so that's going to be very well.
Could we get on that?
Well, we've actually had quite a lot of responses about that, requests. Initially, I said it in our first podcast, either our first or second podcast.
Yeah, you said you weren't really going to.
We weren't really interested in Rocket League, but the amount of response that we've had asking makes me think, because you only need 3 players essentially. It's a 3-player team.
Oh, is that what you need? Right.
Yeah, and maybe a coach. You can have a coach. So if we can get the right talent, so yeah, absolutely, I got no qualms with that at all. It's also the same for Rainbow Six Siege. Now, initially, that was also something I didn't want to tap into. I wasn't sure, but we've had that much response. I think we should probably test the waters at least. The one game I probably won't touch on as much is Overwatch at the moment. Now, Overwatch only recently has started increasing in its viewerships. Increased viewerships on YouTube for the tournament, for the league games, means more sponsorships, more money, which means they're able to draw more fans in, which means the players are also able to get paid.
The only problem they had though was they had that controversy, didn't they?
Yes.
A couple of months ago.
There was quite a bit of controversy with the players, with the league, with the sponsors, with
who funds them.
Yeah, everything that goes. You know about Herbalife?
No.
Oh, well, Herbalife are one of now the main investors of esports, one of the Overwatch League teams.
No, I mean Blizzard.
Oh, what about what we discussed? Yeah.
Because Blizzard, Overwatch. It's Blizzard's, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we've touched Overwatch now, so I'm going to say this, and I'm going to give my personal opinion.
All right, go ahead. I don't have an opinion on Overwatch.
Herbalife are one of the main sponsors now for a Chinese, I believe it's a Chinese esports team for the Overwatch League. Now, what image does that give off when you have a blatant, what should be illegal pyramid scheme as your main sponsor?
Yeah, but no one's going to argue against China because money. There you go.
Yeah, see there.
That's where I see as Swindonsteam as like a sort of superhero, sort of little character going up against a big fucking Lex Luthor type.
What, when you've got 0 powers at the moment, zero influence,
0 everything, and it's like we can do it.
Or if Superman's at 100 and you're just like at -1, you're that weak. Yeah, Swindonsteam, we have 0 influence here.
Yeah, we do. It's funny, we're just 2 shit stirrers.
Oh, exactly. This ain't even an esports team anymore. This is just us trolling the internet. That's what Swindonsteam is. So if you want to join Swindonsteam trolls, please let us know.
I mean, we're literally like stuck into some
dank building
on our own. Oh wow, yeah.
Wow, I'm trying to talk of. So yeah, David Beckham. Welcome to the esports industry. I genuinely wish not just you, your whole team, your players, and anything else that you go in. I wish you all the best. Not just Guild Esports and David Beckham, but every other one else as well. Because we need as many people as possible to get interested in esports. It's the only way we grow. So to have someone as huge as David Beckham, I swear we might get demonetized amount of times we're saying his name. David Beckham, David Beckham, David Beckham.
Try and just, Jesus, like try to not shove it up his ass too much.
Yeah, can you tell I'm fanboying a bit? Yes. Imagine if I got to meet him then.
I mean, now you know what I was like when I had Ghost of Tsushima in my hand.
Yeah.
When I first got it.
Yeah, but without such big names,
it's not possible.
Him alone is going to draw millions of fans anyway.
Yeah. Whether
it's going to be fangirls or people that are genuinely interested in esports, he's going to bring in a whole nother market of fans.
Yeah.
And that's only going to be good for esports as a whole over time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens next.
Yeah, absolutely. Another thing that's caught my eye this week It's actually the League of Legends tournament finals from London in 2015.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, so we're going back a little bit.
A little bit, 5 years,
Yeah.
mate.
So initially, I remember watching this, and this is what got me into League of Legends in the first place.
Right.
I didn't play it. I didn't actually start playing it until last year, but I was interested in it. And but League of Legends finals in London in 2015 was actually being shown live on the BBC.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I know, exactly. But initially, they were really skeptical of doing so. I mean, it's esports. Mainstream media and news don't take esports serious at all.
Don't like video games either, do they?
No, and the problem is it's all the boomer generation. They're going to laugh at esports because they don't understand the esports because it's out of their time.
Yeah.
So yeah, they BBC thought that they feared that it wouldn't do well at all. It wouldn't get the views, and nobody would tune in at all. And they feared that it was just going to be a complete bust and a waste of their money because it cost them a lot of money to sponsor to be able to show that. However, it was amazingly positive. It did so well that it actually got more views than the rugby Premiership finals, the American Football Super Bowl finals, and the Premiership Football League finals. It got more views than those combined.
Is this viewership within the UK?
This is the whole world.
The whole world?
Yes.
Because the Americans are crazy for their Super Bowl, if I remember
correctly. Yeah, that's what I mean. It got more views.
Wow.
Yeah. It actually has the most...
That's actually a time I want to be in America for, the Super Bowl.
Oh, absolutely. We need to make that a thing because me personally, I mean, on my personal Instagram page, Dad Bod, I'm playing Madden 20 anyway, face of the franchise.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm the quarterback for the Denver Broncos. I'll say it right now, I'm not a Denver Broncos fan, and I certainly ain't a quarterback. But I played face of the franchise. I'm much more of the Houston Texans. I am a Houston Texans fan. I love the defense. I love the offense.
I know nothing about this.
Do I like the coach Bill O'Brien?
I don't know. Do you?
That he needs to go. He needs to get gone. He needs to get.
Okay, all right. I don't.
And they need to stop making terrible decisions of selling or trading their best players. My God, Houston Texans, keep your best players. What's next? Are we going to get rid of J.J. Watt and Deshaun Watson?
Calm down. Oh. You've lost me at the moment.
But Houston Texans, sort your stuff out. But anyway.
Coming from an English guy.
Yes. The League of Legends London finals had more views than the Super Bowl, the rugby finals, and the football finals all combined.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. And now because of that, it was actually one of the highest rated. It was one of the highest rated and viewed shows on BBC that year as well. Wow. And I don't think anything else has actually come quite close. And because Super Bowl and the Premiership is always shown on BBC anyway every year.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh. Especially Super Bowl. It's on until
I don't watch TV.
It's on at 11 at night until 4 or 5 in the morning.
It would be because time zone. Yeah,
and then you also have like the 2 hour long mid half time show.
It's a bit like when you've got. I noticed this when I was in America as well. When I was there during the time when I was there, they had a match between European football. They had a match in New York City between Man City and Liverpool.
Oh yeah.
They had a friendly. Like in America, because at the moment European football is becoming huge out there. It is. It's really big out there now. Like it's growing very quickly, which is surprising. It's surprising.
Yeah.
So just like for them, they have to wait. Possibly they have to get up early hours in the morning to watch football games on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? I can imagine that. Because my friend out there, he woke up at, I think, 3 in the morning to watch a football game, which was happening in the UK.
Well, being an American football fan and being a rugby fan, you do get up at stupid hours in the morning to watch it from other places in the world.
Maybe one day you can introduce American football to me.
Yeah.
I'll watch it. I've seen it before once.
Yeah.
I've met one player.
It's not as good as what it was 5 years ago when you could tackle and you could pretty much grab someone's face mask and just throw them to the ground. You can't, but you certainly can't do that now. And if you go to tackle the quarterback, make sure you lay down a duvet and nice like springless mattress so he can land safely and not get hurt. We need to protect those quarterbacks. Bless them.
So it's not like when you're doing PT in basic training and they just throw you to the ground because you're fighting your mate.
What is that called? It's called Battle PT, isn't it?
Yeah.
I used to love it. I was undefeated in my Battle PT.
You do it with your what they do is they pair you up with a buddy or someone from your platoon or troop, whatever you call it. I don't know what you call it in the infantry.
Battle platoon, company.
So you're partnered with someone and you know that person and you'd sort of like want to beat them just so you can have that bragging rights.
Yeah.
Also, it helps when someone throws in a bet.
See, exactly. Again, it's that ego, it's those bragging rights. We didn't put money on it. It was just your reputation, and I was undefeated. In fact, I think I left undefeated.
Nice.
But I got the weight and the size on me to just tackle people to the ground and just give them a knee to the ribs.
Oh.
But yeah.
Anyway, back on track. We haven't done one of these in so long.
I know, it's good to see everyone.
We're just excited.
People are switched off by now. They'll just get to this point.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, BBC's League of Legends on BBC has done so well that right now there's currently a 2-week League of Legends competition on BBC iPlayer being shown every night from the 14th of July, unfortunately until tomorrow, from 6 till 10. It's eight teams, UK based only, and it's third tier. So it's almost up there with the professionals.
Oh, nice.
Again, that's got quite a big pool prize money. But it's just showing you that now. I think I said this in our first one that esports needs to be shown on mainstream media.
Yeah.
And like I said, a channel like Sky Sports or ESPN, in the fact that they're showing it on BBC. Now, I'm not saying I'm a psychic trendsetter, but I called this a month ago.
Shut up. Shut up.
Touch me, you might get some of my trends.
Oh, no, never say that wrong.
Shall we call this one? Shall we clickbait this one full of cringe?
No.
So I think it's fantastic that esports, especially a game that I really do enjoy, League of Legends, is being shown on mainstream media such as BBC. And then we touched on how it's 8 teams.
Yeah, 8 teams, third tier.
8 teams at third tier. This is known as the UK League Championships. Now, the other half of it, I love to see that it's doing so well. The other half of that is that the UK esports scene still isn't good enough as a whole. When you compare it to Europe, to Korea, to Asia, to America, to the Americas, it still isn't good. Now, I'm not saying that the awareness is there. People know of esports, but that's not much else. Yeah. And there's not much opportunities to play and train. The only way you're going to be able to play and train and compete is when you do it with your friends, your school friends, your work friends, college friends, or just friends from work. And that's the problem. When you compare it to other mainstream amateur sports, you all meet up at training facilities like an amateur football team. You'll go every Tuesday or the weekends. You'll play. You'll train on a pitch. You'll all be together.
Yeah.
You can't do that. We can do that with esports, but the facilities aren't there.
No.
So if you're on a team of, let's say you're playing Call of Duty, you got a team of 5. So there's gonna be a few good players, 1 or 2, but the rest of them are going to be holding you back from you ranking up and becoming successful, getting into the pros. And I think that's where Swindonsteam is actually quite unique.
Why?
That once we get facilities open, you can go there with your teams and compete against another team. And as management, we'll actually go, you from team A, you're actually quite good. 2 players from team B, they're quite good. Let's get them in a team together. Let's see what team C, D, and E and F can do. And together, from there, build the right team that we need.
Right.
Because otherwise, you're not going to be able to have those opportunities. You're just going to, the only way you're going to do anything is just playing with your friends. But unfortunately, playing with your local friends can only get you so far. And that's once Swindonsteam is open and functional, that's where we are truly unique anywhere else in the country.
Yeah. Yeah. So what other points you got?
Oh,
'Cause you've got quite a few, haven't you?
yeah, I do.
Don't think we'll get through all of them.
We'll see. We'll push it. The Fnatic, the professional league Fnatic, again based in London. Where else? We should play 21 questions. Where's this team based?
London.
Yeah, the former head coach, the former League of Legends head coach, Luis Sevilla. He doesn't think League of Legends will exist. Again, this is a very League of Legends orientated segment, but he doesn't think the game will exist in 20 years. Now, he genuinely hopes it does. And he knows, I mean, it's inevitable.
Yeah.
Esports is going to grow. It's in its infancy right now.
It's when me and you, as a group, as a pair, have to sort of learn to adapt.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, there's already new battle royale games. You've got Hyperscape, which looks quite good.
I haven't heard of that one.
It's got that whole it's got that Fortnite feel without the building, but it's got futuristics. It's quite futuristic with its own little traits.
All right.
Oh, so esports will grow. The games most likely won't, which isn't a problem because new games are always coming. There's never a time when new games don't come out.
Yeah.
And I think the best example for this is Call of Duty, actually. And Call of Duty has struggled over the years. It's slowly declined on its esports viewings until it brought in Warzone.
Yeah.
Now the viewership's gone back up. There's suddenly a great interest. So the Call of Duty game may die, but Warzone will still peak until Summit takes over. That's
all matters. Like as long as one thing keeps them afloat, it should be all right.
Now, mainstream sports also change. Again, look, I've written down football, American football, and rugby. They're always changing. So American football and rugby, for example, the way how you tackle now has changed the game. Has it changed it for the better? I'm not too sure. European football, soccer.
Yes,
that's changed as well. I mean, it's now been introduced to the VAR system. Again, does it make the game better? I'm not too sure.
Right.
It makes it more accurate, but it doesn't make it better for the fans. But just like esports and its games, it's always changing. And esports ain't going away anywhere anytime soon, which is why you have huge multi-billion-dollar industries getting involved in tapping into this, and celebrities like Drake, like David Beckham we mentioned earlier. So esports ain't going anywhere at all.
Which is good for us and other people.
This next subject I want to bring up, I don't know if it's going to cause controversy. I don't think it will, we're going to discuss it. And it's regarding the all-female League of Legends team, Victus Esports.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now...
I like the name.
What's that?
I like the name.
Yeah. There's a lot of problems with this from the very start.
All
They did one season in the League of Legends Asian LCL. They were a Russian team.
Okay.
Yeah. But they were disbanded after one season. They were terrible. They lost every single game. Heavy.
Okay.
So they lost hard every time.
So what's the controversy behind it?
Oh, was it? So there was also, because they were doing so bad, they were getting a lot of hate as well.
Oh, right.
And unfortunately, the hate wasn't based on their talent. The hate was based on their gender.
Okay.
Why is the first question. However, my personal opinion is, I mean, this happened last year now, but I got to discuss it.
All right.
Because I think something needs to change in this whole culture. I think personally, this team was created simply as a publicity stunt.
You said they're Russian, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they would get a lot of hate. I can guarantee you, most of them are not from the West. Giving them hate.
No.
I can guarantee that because.
Well, it's totally in the Asian League, so it would be...
Oh yeah, it's totally different then.
Yeah,
totally different.
But I think they were done. I think this team was created only as a publicity stunt. Like, look at this, we got females.
Yeah, you simps.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to get into in just a couple of minutes.
Oh wow.
But these girls, women, females,
they tried their best.
They genuinely did. I mean, they are all diamond players. I mean, in the League of Legends ranked, you have ranked, and diamond is up there.
Okay.
I'm not diamond. I'm not even at diamond. So these are talented players. But the problem is, in League of Legends you get roles, 5 different roles.
Yes.
You got top, jungle, middle, bottom, like ADC, and then you have support.
Yes.
And these guilds were pretty much all support. Now, support just give out the med bandages or give that extra little damage support, which isn't great at all. And they were going up against the other professionals at Russia and China and stuff like that. So they were going against the ranks of Grandmaster and Challengers. Now, they were losing hard every single time. Now, Grandmaster and Challengers are the professionals. That's how you pretty much make your way into the professional leagues as in solo queue League of Legends.
Sounds like there's so many layers to it.
It is. It's a fantastic, great game, and the problem is it gets
like an onion.
Yeah, it's a truly great game. It has new lore. League of Legends actually just released a new player, Yoon, the long lost brother of Yasu. Now, I was actually going to mention him today, but this is already a heavily League of Legends orientated episode. Yes. I don't want to continue going anymore. The problem with this team, you don't need to have an all-female team just for the sake of it.
Right.
Have a female team. If you're slightly higher than diamond, go to gold, go to platinum, grandmaster. Actually, gold and platinum are probably still too low. So yeah, have females that are at that talent and out not just the same roles. But yeah, so I mean, but also to go with that, I'd also probably have if you want to have all female teams and have multiple female teams, why not have a female league like the WNBA or the women's rugby or women's football? They're becoming popular. In fact, the women's football is becoming even more popular than the men's, especially over in America as well.
You know, wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, so you're going to bring in the crowds and you're going to bring in the money. Now, you mentioned simps. Because of the simps, are they going to get more views? I actually think they might, but don't just have a female league for the sake of having a female league. And if you want, as something we've discussed actually quite heavily yesterday, have mixed teams.
Yeah.
The teams don't have to be all male, all female. If your jungler is a female and they're better than another male jungler just because of their sex, it doesn't have to throw them in, put them on the team.
Yeah, because I was about to say something. Bit slow today. Bloody music.
Yeah, don't worry.
Bloody early morning music. Anyway, yes, what I was going to say is, I think we also said something about what the point I want to make is, it's all well and good. Well, you want to have a mixed team, which is cool, right? You want to give everyone opportunities, which is cool, but you don't want some individuals just to feel like they're there for just to be seen. And that's it. Like their talent isn't appreciated, like it would be. You don't want to make them feel like they're just there for eye candy. Exactly.
Don't have a female on your team just for the sake of having a female, because again, that's another publicity stunt, and it will not work. You need if you're going to have one on your team, have them great players,
or even just have one with a load of people, like just all for the personalities. I can't play video games to save my life.
Yeah, have good outgoing people, but have the best players on your team. Esports should be the last place. Sexism should be esports should be the last place for sexism. I just don't understand it, because you're there playing on a video game and you're using your talents.
Yeah.
Why does the colour of your skin come into it? Why does your religion come into it? Why does your gender come into it? Your beliefs? Why does any of that come into esports?
But then yet again, I don't appreciate. But then I do agree with that. But then again, I don't appreciate with actually using all that stuff to get what you want. I believe in a world where you
it goes both ways.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Where you earn it. I'm a solely meteoric
that's what I mean.
Person.
Have your best players on the team. Don't just have someone of colour just for the sake of saying, oh, look at us, we've got someone of colour, or look at us, we've got a female on our team.
Yeah.
If they're not up to the same par, to the same level as the rest of the players.
Yeah. Equal opportunities.
Yeah, they're gonna lose their confidence, they're gonna be disheartened, they'll probably quit the game. You don't want that. You want to build the confidence, and if they're not as great, put them into a different lower level team and to train them and build them up. Exactly.
Now, what other points you got?
Toxicity does exist in games, we know ourselves. But again, that should be aimed at talent, not for the reasons we mentioned.
I mean, but it's so easy. As we said earlier, it's so easy to offend someone.
Absolutely.
I'm probably offending someone just from coughing now, or I'm offending them from drinking cola while I'm on the podcast.
We're not sponsored by Coca-Cola. You can't say Coca-Cola on this podcast.
But you just said it.
Yeah, it's one of those moods. So moving on. So COVID-19, the coronavirus, it's forced a lot of people not just to wear masks, but it's forced a lot of people to stay indoors. And because of that, Twitch, but specifically Facebook gaming and YouTube gaming, has in Q2 of this bit of financial business year has risen up by 56%. And that's again because people have been forced to stay inside. They're now checking new things because they're bored. They can't watch football. What they're going to do? They're going to watch other sports. They find esports, and live streaming has seen a significant growth since the first quarter of this financial year. Again, it's gone up. It's now it's 293% higher than what it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, you said a few months ago it would keep growing, and it is.
It is, yeah. But with COVID-19 slowly easing, lockdowns are no longer lockdowns. People are going back to normal day-to-day lives, and normal sports has resumed
without a crowd.
Yeah, I'll actually be curious. To know what in the third quarter, what the stats are like. So I think we'll come back to this one in a few months.
Yeah, have a look.
At the end of the third quarter, so around about Christmas time.
Yeah,
we'll come back. We'll discuss it and actually see if.
Well, we'll discuss it like when I'm back from going away.
Yes, you're going away for quite a long time.
Yeah, I'll still be doing the stuff.
Yeah, 6 months you're leaving me for, aren't you?
Yeah, but I'm still going to be doing the stuff, and I'll stay in contact.
What am I going to do without you?
Do podcasts over.
What's YouTube going to do without you?
So upload to it.
Yeah, in your AMSR voice.
I'll try to.
Hello, YouTube. It smiles are great to go.
No, when I do the other little videos, I try and like sound calm and stuff like that because I want people to feel calm.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I want people when they listen to my voice to think that I'm rushing because the building's on fire, so I need to hurry up with this podcast so I can get out and save my life. And push other people out the way so I can see to myself only.
I've noticed you speak really quick.
I don't.
Yeah, you speak really quick.
Yeah.
I speak really slow.
I speak proper gibberish, and that's probably why people don't understand half the words I say. But people up north, it's really how they speak.
I mean, I can't say much. I can't really say much. But wow, we've gone nearly an hour. It's nearly quarter past.
Okay, well we need to see.
So should we close our points? Just do the closing and then.
Do you want to talk about going forward?
Going forward? Oh right, yeah.
Do you want to talk about? Do you have any plans?
Not really, no.
No.
Just going forward. I'm doing my own little project at the moment, which won't be revealed for a while yet.
Yeah, we're going to keep that a secret for quite some time.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely excited. You were telling me about that.
I'm just saying though. So to anyone who's actually made it this far through the podcast, I'll be so proud if they can. Because our annoying fucking voices.
We should offer people prizes just to see if they make it to the end.
Yeah.
Without skipping, because we'll be testing you. We'll send out a quiz to your address.
But in all seriousness, I will genuinely later on, quite far down the line, I would actually be looking into artists because I need actual people to design certain things for me.
Yeah.
So and they would be paid by the.
Oh, absolutely. Also, we wasn't going to discuss it, but. We're on the topic going forward. We actually have a somewhat special announcement to make. Early next month, we're going to be going on a podcast, another streamers podcast. Now, we're not going to say any names or anything like that yet because we want them to announce it themselves. We'll do it after they've announced it. But I'm genuinely excited for that. They have a much bigger fan base than us. I say much bigger. I mean bigger fan base, and the fact that they got in touch with us and they said, "Hey, we want you to be on our podcast," was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, I didn't know what to say. I was like, when you told me down the phone, I remember I was on leave and I got a call, and you said, "I got some news for you."
I phoned you about one point, and then half an hour just before I phoned you, about half an hour later, we said that the investors. So that day. I had my daughter in the back, and she was trying to go to sleep in the car.
I heard her, "Dad, quiet."
So So we're going to be on another podcast soon, which I'm genuinely looking forward to, and I know Smiles is as well.
Oh yeah.
So we'll keep you informed on that one.
Yeah.
Myself personally, I'm going to continue email investors. I'm not stopping at all. I've got this, for some reason, this newfound motivation. Whereas last week,
you sort of lost it, to be honest.
It was a punch in the gut.
Yeah.
I got home. I travelled all the way back home from London. I laid on my wife's lap and I swear I cried.
Yeah.
It was a difficult time, but this week I'm just as determined. Being on this podcast has really helped. Seeing Smiles has helped, and knowing that there are people out there supportive of my decision to decline the offer has really helped as well.
Yeah. So hope to see you again when we do our...
Yeah, we'll do this again in another month.
No, we've got to do sooner than that. Yeah. Because I'm leaving soon, aren't I?
No, but to everyone who's listened, whether you've listened to just 4 minutes of this or whether you listened to the entire episode,
congratulations.
There is that as well. Congratulations, but we don't do this because we want to. We do this because we want to help you. We want to help you succeed in the esports game and in the esports industry, whether you want to be a streamer, a professional player, a content creator, anything. We do this so we get gratifications from you messaging us saying thank you for what you're doing and for all your support as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah. No, honestly, I was just taking a sip of my cup.
So from me, thank you very much for listening. We'll talk to you again soon. But if you have anything you want to say, please write in the comments below. Me and Smiles will be happy to do a live Q&A one day if you've got any questions. Other than that, to really help in supporters and so for the investors to see that people are interested, please hit that like button, subscribe if you want to as well, hit that little bell so every time we release something, you get a little ding in your pocket. Knowing it's from us makes us feel special.
That sounds like a euphemism. Is it just me? You got a ding in your pocket?
Yeah, it's my new Twinder chatterp line.
All right, that's a way to end, isn't it? That's a good way to end, isn't
it? From Dad Bod, from Smiles, thank you so much. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.
See you later. Bye. Remember when we used to do that, the outros with like the little...
Yeah.
The little... I would make one up and then make some... Yeah.
I'm trying to do some Green Lantern one, like in brightest day and darkest night. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power. Fanatics suck. Yeah, I'm coming at you.
What?